Hello friends, welcome to Insightsias initiative. Here again one more week of current affairs. So far we discussed about 40 weeks of current affairs. This is the week number 41. In case you missed out the previous weekly issues, please find the files in the playlist named as weekly current issues. And of course we are continuously maintaining this, and this is the continuous week number 41 of current affairs. I hope these videos are helpful to you, and if you would like to suggest any new topics, feel free to suggest those topics in the comment section. Definitely I'll try to pick those topics. In today's video, we are going to discuss about following 7 topics. First, let me help you out the topic and the related subject. Hindu Marriage Act, it is related to current polity, diplomatic passports, international relations, Shaksgam Valley of Pakistan occupied Kashmir, IR, Eggshell skull rule, legal knowledge, repolling in an election, polity, Kutch Ajrakh GI Tag, miscellaneous related to GI Tag, and of course you can call it as art and culture, smart system related to internal security defense. These are the 7 topics we are going to cover in this particular video. First, let me give an idea about the topic. First topic, that is the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. This case is all about, in this particular case, Supreme Court observed that to consider a particular marriage as a Hindu marriage, then obviously certain customs have to be done. Then only it is considered as Hindu marriage. Otherwise, simply just because the marriage is registered, it does not considered as a Hindu marriage. So what customs have to be performed to consider a marriage as a Hindu marriage? Of course, that Saptapada. That means that 7 steps around the fire that has to be there. Then only it is considered as a Hindu marriage. That is what observed by the Supreme Court. Okay. Why this case came to Supreme Court? Because a couple who got their marriage through registration, they registered their marriage and now they would like to separate. As they went to the Supreme Court, one of the couple, they argued that their marriage is actually not a marriage because it was never performed according to the Hindu Marriage Act. That is the issue. Here Supreme Court observed that just a registration without a proper ceremony cannot be considered as a marriage according to Hindu Marriage Act 1955. You all know that, students, marriage, divorce and property succession, minority and guardianship, these are some of the personal laws. In India, personal laws are regulated by respective religious laws. We don't have any uniform civil codes. But tell me, students, which state in India recently enacted the uniform civil codes? Next, Hindu Marriage Act. Hindu Marriage Act 1955, it regulates Hindu marriages and divorce within the Hindu community. According to Article 25, Hindu community includes Buddhist, Jain and Sikh religions. And these are some of the salient features of the Hindu Marriage Act. They are, it gives the minimum marriageable age for men 21, women 18, prohibits bigamy and polygamy, of course it will be punished. It recognizes customary practices like Saptapadi. It considers mental health as a criteria for void marriage. That means either the bride or bridegroom, if they are not mentally well, then that marriage will be void, that means cancelled out. This act allows for marriage registration. It also allows divorce either through mutual consent or through judicial separation. This act also allows the restoration of conjugal rights. That means court may order the wife and husband to stay together. And according to this act, family courts are the ones who got the powers to give any judgments related to disputes arising out of the Hindu Marriage Act. So this is about the topic number 1. Next topic, that is the types of Indian passports. This particular news, you all know that Prajwal Revanna, he is facing sexual abuse allegations, and in the context of that, there are allegations that he left India by using the diplomatic passport. So you have to know what are this diplomatic passport is all about, to whom it will be issued, and why he chose it to Germany, why not to other country. That also we have to know. Okay, let's see. Janata Dal secular MP Prajwal Revanna, he fled to Germany using diplomatic passport. Why Germany? Because if you have a diplomatic passport, there are few countries which will allow into their country without visa. Okay, one of that country is Germany. We'll discuss. So this diplomatic passport is also known as maroon passport because it is in maroon covers. Then this passport generally will be issued to. This you have to know. So who will get this passport? That you have to know. Indian diplomats, MPs. Now he is MP, that is the reason he is holding that passport, and government officials with high ranking diplomatic countries, diplomatic couriers, and high ranking state level Indian officials also, they can request for this diplomatic passport. If you have a diplomatic passport, then obviously you will have specific privileges, like you will not be arrested in a foreign country and you will not be detained, and other certain legal proceedings regarding that you will have protections. Exemptions from visa requirement. A person with a diplomatic passport, they can go to following countries like Germany, France, Austria, around 34 countries they can go without any visa, and there are around additionally around 19 countries they will allow the diplomatic passport holders for 90 days without any visa. So these are the benefits related to diplomatic passports. Next, and the grounds for revocation. Of course, there are demands that this person's diplomatic passport must be revoked. So under which condition a particular person's passport will be revoked? According to Passports Act 1967, under the following conditions, like wrongful possession, suppression of the material information while they are applying for the passports, interest of India's sovereignty and integrity when they are violated, friendly relation with foreign countries affected. In these conditions, a particular person's diplomatic passports can be revoked. So that is the thing here. Next, topic number 3. This is regarding the Shaksgam Valley. Actually, this Shaksgam Valley is a part of Kashmir, but unfortunately it occupied by the Pakistan. That is Pak occupied Kashmir. Now geographically it is present, but later this Pakistan, they given this to China. They ceded this to China. Now China is doing some kind of construction activities in the Shaksgam Valley, and India is opposing this. Of course, India has all the rights to oppose this because it belongs to India. India is having a claims on this particular territory. And of course, China done the same thing previously by constructing China-Pakistan economic corridor through this Pak occupied Kashmir. That is the reason India is never a part of Belt and Road Initiative. Let's see. India protesting that Chinese constructing certain projects in Shaksgam Valley of Pak occupied Kashmir, and India is claiming that it is a part of their territory and raising concerns over the territorial integrity violation. Okay, actually when China is expecting from India that India should respect the one China policy, obviously China should reciprocate that kind of thing. That means China should respect the POK, and if it is doing any kind of activities in POK, that should notice to India, but it is not happening. India never accepted the 1963 China-Pakistan boundary agreement. What happened in the 1963? In 1963, the Shaksgam Valley, it was ceded to China by the Pakistan to get the future favors from the China. That is the reason, if you remember, China supported to Pakistan in 1965 war as well as in 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War as well. Let's see some geographical information regarding the Shaksgam Valley. Shaksgam Valley, also known as Trans-Karakoram Tract. It is an area of around 5,200 square kilometers north of Karakoram watershed, administered by China and but claimed by India. Pakistan having claim on this, control over this since 1947. Pakistan recognized Chinese sovereignty over this part in 1963 as a part of China-Pakistan agreement. India is saying that it is a part of the Indian territory, and it is very strategically important to both India and China as well, because it is very close proximity to Siachen Glacier. And you all know that Pakistan tried to occupy this Siachen Glacier. India successfully stopped that. What is that operation name? Through which operation India stopped the Pakistan occupying the Siachen Glacier? Next topic is Eggshell skull rule. What is this? This is all about, for example, you kicked your friend, okay, your friend fall on the ground, but he got a very severe damage because he already having some pre-existing condition like rickets and some other disease. You don't know that. You simply kicked him and he fell on the ground. He succumbed to major injuries. Here you may claim that. What you can claim that? I don't know, he is having some previous vulnerabilities, otherwise I would have not kicked. That argument is known as eggshell skull rule. This is about defendant, that means you claim that I don't know about the plaintiff vulnerabilities, that is the reason I will be not responsible for whatever the damage happened to him. So this is the thing. Generally, this happens in the medical negligence. Sometimes doctors may claim that we don't know his pre-existing condition. That is the reason he may having some kind of the serious consequences. Otherwise, we would have treated him differently. Okay. So in this particular condition, what happens? These doctors, they left Caesar in woman's abdomen. Because of that, woman getting severe pain. After a few months, okay, after repetitive complaints and all these things, she approached another hospital, and those hospital, they identified the scissors and they operated and removed it. She filed a case on the hospital. Hospital claiming that this kind of pain is not related to seizure, and this pain, whatever she experienced, that is related to pre-existing conditions. So we are not responsible, the hospital people are saying. But the Supreme Court mentioned that no, it is not like that. Here the eggshell skull rule is not applicable. You cannot claim that because of her pre-existing condition she is getting pain, because there are no such kind of pre-existing health conditions. She is getting pain mainly related to this seizure left behind in her abdomen. So you have to take the responsibility, and Supreme Court penalized on this hospital around 5 lakh rupees. So this is regarding the eggshell skull rule. This is mainly happens in medical negligences cases. Defendant files in a lawsuit, defendant liable for all the injuries caused to plaintiff. Okay, whether the plaintiff is having the pre-existing vulnerabilities or not, it doesn't matter. Next, it is related to the repolling. Election Commission of India announced that they ordered the repolling in the 6 polling booths in the outer Manipur constituency due to disturbances during the Lok Sabha election second phase. Now we will see which sections of the Representation of People Act allows repolling. According to Representation of People Act 1951, section 57, repolling will happen due to the natural calamity and violence. Section 58 clause 2, repolling due to damage or destruction of voting machine or countermanding of the election due to booth capturing. Okay, booth capturing means not allowing the people to cast their vote in that particular booth, or else allowing their own people to vote, not allowing the others. Section 52, death of a candidate from a recognized political party. From a recognized political party, if a person death happens, then also repolling will happen. This rule is not applicable to independent party and a party who is and a candidate who is contesting from non-recognized party. Okay, for that, even though the death of a candidate happens, the election will happen as usually. Next, this is regarding the Kutch Ajrakh GI Tag. This particular cloth, it got the GI tag. Actually, it is a cloth work. We'll see. It's a traditional artisan of the Kutch Ajrakh from Gujarat. In the Gujarat, Kutch is a very vibrant region, and this got the geographical indication tag certified by the Office of Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks. This particular ministry will give GI tags, and this particular agency. Tell me guys, this agency works under which ministry? This agency which gives geographical indication tags, it works under which ministry? And this particular Kutch Ajrakh is all about the traditional textile craft, particularly it's in the regions of Sindh, Burma and Kutch. It involves hand block printing on the treated cotton cloth. What is the name of this Ajrakh? This derives, it means indigo, because one of the key dye used in the indigo. And you all know that when Britishers forced Indian farmers to cultivate indigo plantation, they revolted, and that is related to Champaran Satyagraha as well. Ajrakh prints, it generally include blue, red and white colors. Blue represents the sky, red represents the fire and white represents the stars. Generally, these are introduced in this region by Sindh Muslims, and they wear by nomadic pastoralists and agricultural communities. They wear a lot this kind of printed cotton. That is about the Kutch Ajrakh GI Tag. Next one, it is about the SMART system. SMART is all about the supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo. Normally, torpedo is a missile which will attack the submarine. Okay. Normally, if a missile if we launch the missile underwater, that is known as a torpedo. Here normal range of the torpedo is generally is a very less, okay, very less normal range. But here the supersonic missile assisted torpedo, generally the torpedo will be launched from a ship and it travels, it takes the ballistic missile route. Before it launches into the water, parachute deploys. After that, once it enters into the surface, the parachute will be detached, and once it enters into the water, it will go and it will target the particular submarine. So because of this technology, we can enhance our torpedo range. That is, the name itself is saying supersonic missile assisted. We are putting here this ballistic path into these torpedoes. DRDO successfully tested the SMART, supersonic missile assisted release of torpedoes. They are mainly designed to enhance the Navy's anti-submarine warfare capabilities. These are the lightweight torpedoes, and they use the parachute based release system they developed by DRDO. SMART extends the reach of lightweight torpedoes beyond the conventional range, like I told earlier. Yesterday's video question: who among the following introduced the Vernacular Press Act? Lord Lytton. Today's video questions: first, question number 1. Towards a regenerative blue economy, mapping the blue economy is published by which of the following? Which agency is publishing this report? Next question. Consider the following statement. The second Thomas Shoal is located near Spratly Islands. The Spratly Islands are a disputed archipelago in the East China. Which of the statements are right? Next statement. Next one. What is the primary objective of Project Ishan initiated by the Indian government? Read the 4 statements and pick the right one. So with this, we are done with the MCQ, and as we reach to the end of this video, in this video, that is weekly current issues, week number 41, we discussed about following 7 topics. So this is regarding the detailed analysis of the weekly issue of week number 41. I hope these videos are finding useful to you, and thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.